the wild thing about this one was it just wrote itself. I almost feel like the universe was like nudging me or something because when I started really bearing down and writing for this album, I had no idea when I'd be putting out the next album because I'd spent so much money on the last one. But I had this feeling. I was like, I just have a feeling that I'm going to need these songs. So, like, I put Baptized by the Blaze out in August of 2024, and by November of 2024, I was in heavy writing mode. And I wrote and through the winter into the spring and that's when the label came up and I got signed and it was like then we were in the studio again by July. So it wasn't even a year from the time that I'd put out the last album that I was already in the studio again. And so all of these songs just like they demanded to be written. I feel like they just wrote themselves. Um, the one of them that wrote itself the fastest was "Crying in My Lingerie." Because I walk with my publicist. We're also friends, and we were talking about our exes, and I was just saying like I was like he wasn't even good looking, like. Like, and he was making me feel bad about myself. And I was like, I mean, it shouldn't have been me crying in my lingerie. And she was like, please go home right now and write that song. And I did. I wrote it in probably about half an hour and sent it to her on on my phone memo. And she was like, that's great. And she didn't even know we were putting it on the new album. And so I sent her a video from the studio and was like, look what we're doing. So it's on
So
there. Since I've ever done that. Usually there's like a couple of years between one
yeah.
album to the next, but this one was just like bam, bam, bam.
Well, that's so interesting how you did one album and all of a sudden these songs just started coming out and you're like, I better do them. Unbeknownst to you, the universe is like, thank you, we needed this for later.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the
Let's get
weirdest
it come to you with
thing.
that
Like
new
I
label
just
and been like, oh, I gotta go write something. You're like, oh, well, as it happens to be, I've got a whole bunch ready.
yeah, I was like, I've got about 20
Like,
already